I wanted to show you before I go on to the next one how I did it. What you do is you take the sides over first, and it ends up looking like this, but let me show you in this demonstration here. You take the sides over like this, staple them down, then you bring the front folded over like that. Now obviously that's got a lot of wrinkles, you got to work with it and get the wrinkles out, but that's the idea. The sides are stapled down, pulled, wrinkle free first, stapled, permanent staples, then this is pulled in like this, staple, and then make one little cut down here to free your fabric up to fold down like that. Now one of the best tips I can give you is, obviously you're probably going to have more than one chair, slip seat for your dining room. Keep the other one completely intact. Follow what the upholsterer did before that. So just do one at a time. Do not tear them all down and take them off, and then you're going to make this thing up. Keep the sample for yourself right here, and you'll see how they did it, and just keep examining it. Take digital photos if you like as you tear the ones that you are working on down, and then refer back to the camera, to the pictures. And eventually you'll get it. It's a work worth doing, because you can change the look of a room in a matter of one day. And it's very easy, saves you a lot of money, and I think you're going to be very proud of it. So now I'm going to work from the middle on over to here, but before I get too close to the corner, I'm going to finish the side up, and then I'll come back and show you how that one looks. Now I finished the other one, so you can see how that is, and there's the other one on the other side. So you just got to, these are pulled in, smoothed out, and then the front is lapped over top of it. Now there's different ways you can do it too. You can take and fold the two. Yours might be like that, or it could just be a very sharp corner. So some of them are very thin, slip seats, and that's just that's obvious. That's just, there's hardly any pleats at all on those. That's a really easy one there. But there's different ways you can do this. You can do a pleat in, or pleats that are out. Obviously I can't show you every example, but if you've seen them, you'll know what I'm talking about. So now what I'm going to do is the same exact thing. I'm going to work toward the sides, toward the back, and I'm going to establish the sides, and then I'm going to start in the middle of the back here, and then go back out to the sides and do the exact same thing I did in the front here. And then when I get that done, I'll show you that result. So I've almost got this other side finished over here, but I wanted to show you one more time what I mean by pulling in and away from you, just to give you a better view of that. So that's why I'm going to work on the other side now, doing that. Working on the side, heading toward the back, and then the back just has anchor staples. So once again, I'm pulling this quite a bit here and smoothing it out with my hand and putting my staples in. I'm working toward the end. One other thing, right now I'm okay, but don't staple too close to the end. Right now I'm pretty close. You want to come in at least 1.5 inches, an inch. Don't go too close in the beginning, because if you have to dig out this staple and it turns out you need to have more fabric up on the side of the top, you're going to see a hole there. And obviously you don't want that. So come in as far as you can reasonably, with leaving allowance for adjustments, just in case you need to take that staple out. So I'm going around the turn here. I don't know how well you can see that. I'm going around the turn here. I'm going to turn it over for you. See, I can't work from that angle, unfortunately. I've trained myself not to. But I'm going to come around here, and I'm going to pull this down like that. See what I mean by that down is that pleat right there. And this is the side. Okay. And now I'm going to pull this over like that. Now you're going to see these wrinkles here, but see, these are anchor staples. I'm going to take that one out and start working with this whole thing, trying to get these staples out. It may look like it can't be done, but it can. Don't pull too tight. That just causes you problems. But don't make it too loose, because when you sit in it, you're going to see wrinkles. So it's got to be in the middle. But you can get these wrinkles out. They can be just as smooth as that, because I had problems in the front too. But you can work them out. So I'm going to work on these, and I'll show you when I get back. I want to take this point to show you a problem that occurs commonly, is you end up getting some excess going back toward the middle. That's why I like to keep the anchors together first. Okay? So you just need to work from either the middle on over, or from the side to the middle, preferably from the middle on over. Okay? But I like this pleat right here. I think it's going to look good. So now I'm going to have to work this out, and that's what I mean by working with it. So keep your anchors in as long as you can, because you're going to be taking them in, taking them out, and whatever. Putting them in, taking them out, trying to get this wrinkle out. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take these out. This is the back still. I'm going to take these out and try to work this wrinkle out, and we'll see how it goes. So now I have the back finished, and this is how they ended up like that there, matching pretty much the front. Now, just reminding you one more time, you will be taking staples in and out, trying to make these things work. So, once again, try as many anchors as you possibly can, but as one upholsterer stated, and I agree with it, don't put in any more staples than you're willing to pull out, because you will end up taking staples back out. Obviously, like you see here, I'm cutting off the excess. This here is called, from old times, dust cover. And it used to keep the horsehair or hay that would crumble in the seats from falling onto the floor, so it would catch all the dust, and that's what this is called, as a dust cover. You can take this off and just put it over top of the fabric, which is good because you don't waste it and it doesn't end up in a landfill. But as you see for this demonstration, I just simply went over top of it. And I'm going to put cambric on top of it, and I have that underneath the table here. I'll pull that in a minute. But if you'd like, rather than you can either save your old, if you don't have it, put burlap. It looks great, and it comes in different colors. But I like the tan, the burlap. You can get that at any fabric store. And especially when it's a period piece, it looks wonderful. It looks really good. So you don't need to buy that special fabric. Don't worry about it. You don't even need it if you don't want to, but it looks better with it on. So I'm going to pull that out, put that on. It's very simple. Just fold over the edges, staple, staple, staple on top. I'll show you when it's done. And then we'll. As you can see, I put the dust cover on here, and you'll notice the one mark here with the chalk. That's to put the slip seat back to the proper chair. I put a little one in the inside of the rail there toward the back seat. You can probably see that chalk mark there. The reason you should always mark your slip seats is that over the years, people have done work on these things, or even from factories, they have little modifications on putting these things in. And if you take this slip seat, and let's just say you put on number 3, it may not fit very well. So make sure you keep them together. So we're at our end of our project. The only thing to do now is simply install it. And I use my my drill here, my screwdriver, my electric screwdriver there. Simply set this up, put it on its back, and install back the screws. And then I'm going to have one happy customer, I'm sure. So I think you can do this. In fact, I know you can, and I hope you do. And I appreciate you watching the video. You can make your dining room look beautiful, and you can make the rest of your homes, when you see my future videos, beautiful as well. Thanks for watching.